Beware the fake friend. Once in a while, we'll meet someone who really goes out of their way to become our friend. They will flatter and really want to get to know you, talk frequently, almost non-stop, and really try to hit it off. They see something in you that they themselves would like to emulate or honor, or so they say, see some potential, and think the two of you would make a good team, developing your strengths together and work on weaknesses. Perhaps they see that you're an empath, also very creative, but perhaps not utilizing your talents in a way that they know better. Or maybe they have a project they want you to redirect your energy towards. In this way, they want to benefit from a friendship, but are incapable of being a genuine friend, since a genuine friend isn't a resource to exploit, but this is exactly how the fake friend sees potential quote-unquote friends. They present themselves as a mentor type, take you under their wing, or in some other way latch onto you, maybe appearing desperate for your help. They convince you it will be a mutually beneficial arrangement, or present the proposal as just that they want to benefit you entirely, selflessly. Either way, it is seen as transactional, and whether covertly or not, they will get something out of it, your attention, energy, social group, higher status, etc. They want you close, invite you to move into their place or close by, in the same town or next door. They want to talk just about every day, if not every day, and hang out often. Become intertwined. It's flattering that someone would want to be a friend so badly, and maybe you're at a low point where you could use one. But a fake friend doesn't look at you and see a friend. They see something that they want, that you can provide, a resource to exploit. The fake friend wants access to your social circle, some resource you have available, a place they want to go to. They don't like you as much as they like your things. Or the fake friend sees you as a rising star, gaining popularity and recognition from your work and your look in a cultural arena they too dabble in, or have tried in, a similar interest and or venture, something they have attempted or still are. Either way, they want to be close to you to benefit from the limelight and join forces to help piggyback off of. And or the intention they have to take credit for your success, see that you're on the ascension, and so therefore want to place themselves in an enabler type role, or that of a mentor, so that later they can take credit. They don't want so much for you to succeed because they want the best for you, for the sake of you, as much as they want to be seen as the person who enabled you to do so and thereby be elevated by it. They want to take credit for it and look good by proxy. As long as you're progressing and putting up with their usually abrasive personality and special kind of narcissism, the both of you will be friends. They enjoy the insight you provide to their life. However, as soon as it looks like you're going down, lose, or descend from your forward progress, they flip or begin to disengage as they see the benefit of association starting to fade. They were never a genuine friend, they were a fake friend. And you ignored all the red flags. They wanted to achieve a view of themselves in your eyes, that they were elevated, and they used you to pump up their self-esteem in this way, by fiat. You will feed into it out of empathy, seeing that they need it, and out of a sense of genuine friendship. It's okay, they're constantly selling you an image of themselves that doesn't match reality. You're both there to lift each other up anyway, or so you thought. As friends, I've done this myself. We all do this. It may be a cope or seeking validation. We may stretch the truth, make excuses for failures in order to acknowledge shortcomings when we're talking to our friend, but give ourselves an out, and having someone there to understand, sympathize, or empathize, and even forgive us. In other words, being there for you, still see you nonetheless as a quality person in spite of a mistake, is the stuff of friendship. This essentially separates the real friends from the fake ones, and the fake friend may even reciprocate in this way for a while. But what happens when you fall out of favor with the fake friend? How could this friend consider a betrayal, spreading and or perpetuating lies, contributing to a smear campaign that they know nonetheless is not true, having been there with you throughout the whole disaster? How can someone who you've had a close friendship with throw you under the bus? because they were never your friend is why. So when you fall out of favor with the fake friend, when they no longer gain a benefit from you as a resource, or you are more of a benefit to them by disassociating, or even attacking, or them contributing to an attack, this is the mask-off moment. The mask may have slipped in the past. They showed a propensity for betrayal or quickly spinning a narrative to gaslight you with when you challenge them on facts, standing up for yourself. They may had even started spreading rumors in anticipation for a falling out. If you don't do all the work, apologize for whatever, make amends and or come groveling back to them, since they won't do this themselves, then the end of the friendship is upon the horizon. Prepare to be demonized, or perhaps the fake friend just fades away because he or she isn't actually so much of a narcissist after all. However, the ones that embed themselves in your life and become intertwined with you, they'll not leave so easily, or they'll do it so abruptly as to make your head spin. You can never really know where you stand with the fake friend, and if they're pathologically narcissistic, you'll soon find out that this whole time they've been gathering information on you for an inevitable betrayal, which is what they can now get out of you since at this point you've figured them out. They aren't genuine, they only ever wanted what was best for you insofar as they can benefit from your success. If that benefit is perceived to have vanished, so does their interest in the friendship. They will not explain this, however. They will only see the option of becoming your enemy if interaction continues. Do not expect an explanation, a coherent reason, or any sort of closure, because these aren't genuine people who will give you any such thing. They saw you as a resource to exploit, and still do. So if you expect and demand an explanation or resolution, the only thing that will be forthcoming is a smear campaign or ghosting, as if there was never a genuine friendship there, because there never was one. You were duped. When you show that you've figured this out, this is when the mask is taken off and thrown to the ground. They become a totally different person, as if it were another person entirely that you were interacting with up until this point. In other words, a fake, a phony, not a genuine person. It was all a ruse, and these people waste their lives in this way, being cowards, stepping away, throwing under the bus, when a more impressive and bold person takes a stand, or takes a risk outside of their comfort zone, for them to tolerate. They then either start backing away, completely join an enemy if you fail and look bad, or wait and see if you're a success. All successful people take risks, but the disingenuous hangers-on, despite their sales pitches and building up of themselves to you, do not. They play it safe, because if they did, they'd risk being exposed for what they are. A disingenuous person in this way, like a narcissist, therefore, will want to latch onto someone who has it, a creative spark, a genuine personality, or the propensity to boldly stand up for principles and values in the face of opposition, even a worldview, and speak out, creating projects and or art out of a steadfast conviction. This is what drew the fake friend to you in the first place. But being a real person like this has its risks, and as soon as you encounter a bad actor who will exploit a mistake of yours or insinuate themselves into a controversy surrounding you, the fake friend will join them without hesitation, corroborate with them, and essentially stab you in the back. Because that is how they can benefit from you now, by joining the dog pile. Seems kind of ridiculous that someone who once was considered a close friend and spending so much time of theirs bonding with them would derive benefit from suddenly becoming an enemy, but we all know it happens frequently. What sort of benefit besides a sick satisfaction from contributing to someone's downfall does someone get out of suddenly becoming an enemy to a person who was very recently a close ally anyway? Easy. They get a weak and vulnerable target to exploit. Let's say you get into some trouble or attract the wrong kind of people with malice in their heart and have bad intentions into your life. This would be the time when one could use a real friend the most. However, a fake friend will just as fast turn on you in a moment of weakness, mistake, or public discrediting. Whatever the reason for your sudden perceived public disgracing, the fake friend will see more of an advantage by disassociating from you or throwing you under the bus, so to speak, than being there for you in your time of most need. Perhaps they've found your replacement already, someone who will provide the same ego boosts and supply. Either way, you will be suddenly not only discarded, but also maligned by the fake friend. They will make up a very petty and incoherent reason to unfriend you and attack you, then ghost and block you on all social media, suddenly and without warning. If you are being attacked, they will join the attacker. Suddenly, they have subscribed to a smear campaign, a narrative in which you are framed to be a malicious attacker, or in some way a bad person. Never mind the entire time of the friendship. Never mind there was no build-up between the two of you. Never mind the pretentious arrogance of turning on a dime like this. The fake friend will take pleasure in having the inside scoop, and skew things to favor the attacker's narrative against you. Conspire with the attacker for their attention and the supply you give off. Contribute to the slander campaign. Continue the gaslighting. And never, never, at any one point, again talk to you in good faith, or with reason, as they had so many times in the past. They are not that person, never have been. When someone goes against you like this, and they refuse any feedback from you, they've dehumanized you, and therefore, in the process themselves, have become inhuman. Notice the apparent shamelessness in which they do it, without reservation. This is how completely self-serving they are. Probably, they aren't capable of real friendship with anyone. When you need an explanation, you're told to get over it. And the words of a totally malicious person, your attacker or someone you've never talked to before, is inhabiting the body of a person you thought was your close friend. How can someone dispose of someone else who was supposedly such a close friend? Lived with, helped out, stood by, and knew intimately as friends. Simple. Their whole lives they've donned the fake mask to get close to people, and it's a relief for them to finally drop the pretense with you. You're to blame, though, for making them wear the mask or something like that. I don't know exactly how pathological narcissism works. In other words, from the perspective of the fake friend, because your usefulness has run out, and it was always a fake bond. Simple as. They were going to get something from you now in the aftermath, anything, whether it be internet clout for contributing to your downfall, befriending those carrying out the vicious attack in order to get some supply from your suffering as well, or they will do the attack themselves, publicly slandering or ridiculing you. Either way, you are and always have been a fuel source for them, a natural resource to exploit. Beware of fake friends and heed the red flags. A fake or phony person knows what is right and what a genuine and virtuous person looks like and sounds like. It's how they picked their targets and how they know how to present themselves to you in order to lower your guard. It's the mask they wear in order to fool you and rope you in. In retrospect, after the ending of the fake friendship, you'll look back and notice a lot of slips of this mask. Throughout the course of it, these people drop the mask, or in other words, betray and contradict just about every single value or principle they have espoused. If they presented themselves as part of the same niche interest group you are a part of, they will make damning criticisms of it thereafter, as if they suddenly don't get it. If you have spoken about betrayals from the past, they will betray you in the exact same way, without a shred of irony or self-awareness. If they espouse the virtues of an ideology or lifestyle, they will contradict this and literally at some point espouse the opposite view, as if for the sole purpose to confound you. Whatever it is, they will one by one devalue the foundational sticking points of the friendship that may have been the catalyst for starting it in the first place. I never liked X, Y, and Z anyway. A red flag is a sudden about-face or 180-degree turn on something that had been agreed upon and bonded over previously. This shows a propensity to be unpredictable and to thunderstrike you in the moment. And it will happen again and again, and most likely at the end when the betrayal comes. If they start off by flattering you but also doing constant sales pitches of how great they are to you, this too is a red flag. In the beginning, before getting locked into a roommate or business partner situation, do not tell a potential friend too much, especially if you had met over the internet. These people present themselves however they want to, sometimes reinventing themselves out of whole cloth. Or if they have no current friends, they see you as another chance to revise their past and present to you an idealized version of themselves. Know that if you get sucked in, you are now responsible for the maintenance of this fake image. Since they lack self-awareness, they truly think they'll be able to keep this up with you after having sold this persona to you in spite of daily falling short. They will blame you for the frustration they meet of keeping this image up, as if you're placing these demands onto them, as if it wasn't themselves who had sold a non-existent version of themselves to you to live up to in the first place. They will not accept criticism either, but also dish it out liberally. They are mining you for information about you to fill up a profile, but you aren't privy to anything besides the idealized version of themselves they are currently gaslighting you with. They have no faults, and they live up to their sales-pitched version of themselves, and if you notice that reality contradicts this, then prepare for an attack. However, they will most likely also reveal themselves to be vulnerable and real people at times. Let their guard down. This is why it is so incomprehensible for the inevitable betrayal. You will really think you experienced a real, genuine bond, and perhaps it really was for the both of you, but now, that fake friend isn't recounting the times before. They do that with real friends, if they're capable of it. But with you, you're throwaway. They're revealing themselves, and you're only as good as what you have benefited them this past month. Have you made them look good by association? No? Then what friendship are you even talking about? A huge red flag for me looking back is just how much they would be upset when you don't do their ideas, as if you are subordinate to them, or if you point out a hypocrisy of theirs with beliefs or values or worldview, and this can be done indirectly, tacitly, simply done by genuinely living your life in view of them, then they get very upset. Although they can do this to you, you might both agree to dislike something, then suddenly in a huff, the fake friend approaches you with identifying positively with that exact same thing. They can't take criticism, but can deal it out, and demand to be the main character to your sidekick. You are the disposable one, and you better never call them out on their bullshit, because that's what real friends do, and that's not the kind of relationship you are in with this person. Fake friends are like collectors, and sometimes they'll even identify themselves as such explicitly. They collect things. They are good and worthwhile based on the virtue of what they possess, and sometimes what they've collected are other people. But they don't see you as another person. They see you as an item to possess that they derive benefit from, and this is seriously circumstantial, and has a limited shelf life. When you stop making them look and feel good, you're thrown away or even destroyed, at the very least rendered dead by the fake friend. Beware the fake friend, and know that you're even targeted by such people because they saw in you a way to springboard their life or take something from you for as long as you could provide that benefit, and be happy when they're gone. Know that you are in part responsible for all of this. You attracted this person into your life so as to learn about them/fake people, but more importantly, yourself. I know me personally, I've attracted many fake friends into my life, and I feel as though I've had to in order to recognize, finally, after so many, what about me is attracting these people into my life. I'd like to say that I know now. Anyways, thanks for listening. Make sure to bust open that bell, stomp that like button, and subscribe to the channel for more random themes and video content by yours truly. Be well.